Hello everybody, I'm BeakerTeck, also known as Keegan, and welcome back to Vanilla City Skylines. Now, I don't know quite why we're looking at these wind turbines, maybe just because they're pretty, maybe because they'll make a great thumbnail, and maybe because there's a random stone hinge in the background, which I just noticed, which is a little bit odd, and has absolutely no impact on the gameplay. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove all of these. I do apologize to the maker of this map, who probably put a lot of effort into putting those there, but they do nothing for me. Now, I've been sitting here a little while between the end of last episode and the beginning of this one, and there has been just no demand for people to move in. And that's kind of an issue, because that demand is what makes the city grow, and that's what you're here to see. So there are a couple things that I'm going to do to fix that. First off, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to drop my taxes down to 10%. Actually, no, I'll go down to 9% so that they match the high density. Okay? And by doing that, it's going to make more people want to move in. It will drop my profits, but at the moment I'm making over 3,000. That's starting to drop now, but that should be fine. Our budget is okay, like there's no issues whatsoever. In fact, I could go ahead and drop this down to 100%, and have no issues whatsoever. So I'm going to go ahead and do that, which will hopefully still keep us in the green. I'll have to keep an eye on it, however. And the second thing that I want to do, and is something that I want to do a lot in this city, is public transport. At the moment, I only have access to metro and bus lines. I don't have trains or anything like that. I need 11,000, which, isn't too far off. But I do want to do a bit of focus on public transport. So I can't build a bus depot just yet. That costs 30,000, so I'll have to wait just a wee bit. And the metro station costs 15,000, so, it's a little bit of an issue. And we are actually losing money. Okay, you know what? Let's go ahead and bump these taxes up to 10%. I thought that 9 was going to be fine. Apparently it's not. We'll bump everything up to 10%. I just want to make sure that people want to move in. And I think having lower taxes and also some public transport is going to help with that. We're now bringing in a little bit of money. And in fact, to what's the payment? Weekly cost 403. So long as we're bringing in over 400, yes, I can afford to pay off this loan. So let's go ahead and take this loan now. Right, that's fine. Which gives me enough money to pay off this one, which could be kind of nice. In fact, let's go ahead and no, we'll spend the money. I could pay off the loan to be able to take the loan again to get a lot of money, but it just seems like it's getting overly complicated, and I don't want to bore you guys with taxation and maths and all that kind of stuff. Let's just go ahead and spend the money to get a bus depot. Now, the question, of course, is where are we going to place it? And I'm thinking it's going to go somewhere up here. Not quite in the suburbs. Sorry, not quite in the CBD, but also not too far out. Though actually, this corner could be kind of nice. It's not zoned for anything. You know what? I'm going to go ahead and place it in right here, just like that. So there we go. We now have our bus depot, and we can start to make bus lines. And people are complaining about rubbish issues, so that's a little bit of a pain. Incineration plant cost me, really, 30,000? Wow, okay, that's a bit of an issue. Maybe I will go ahead and do this funny... Oh, I can't because I spent my bloody money. It cost me 28,000 to pay this one off. But then I could get, Anyway, let's just deal with the rubbish issues for now. And let's stop emptying, because 95% full. And over here, this one is 82, so let's stop emptying. Let's start collecting. And hope that that's going to be okay. Anyway, back to public transport. I'm all over the place today. I would like one that is sort of a loop of the CBD. So we're going to go all the way down. We're going to go sort of every 2 blocks, we're going to add a stop. And then we're going to come over We're going to go... how do I... Where's the easiest place to get to? We'll go to here. We'll come up. We'll go there. We'll go there. There. And then... yeah, then we'll go and we'll complete that line. That's fine. So we'll have that line there. Then, starting on the opposite line and going the other way, if I can work it out. No, we'll go down. That's fine. Can't quite work out how to get it to work, so we'll just do this. We'll go down. Then we'll come up, and we'll come up this side. So we'll go here and here. Now, obviously, this line won't be used just yet because no one lives here, but it will be eventually. So we'll do that. Go ahead, add that line. Then I want a line that goes from, let's see, the center of town here. It'll just come up. Then it's going to go into the skyline views. So I'm going to circle all the way around. All the way around skyline views. It's going to jump in. It's going to sort of weave its way inside, back out this way, and then it's going to go and complete that line. We're going to have one that wiggles its way all the way through the skyline views. It's going to go, if I can start on the right side of the road, it's going to go all the way up and around. We'll go here. I'm going to circle the encircle is the word I'm looking for, the entirety of skyline views. And then we're just going to go basically up and down every single road that we can. So we'll go like this. We'll add one here. And this is very much, where I live, how the bus lines work. And that there are bus stops sort of around every single corner. And no matter where you are, you can always jump on a bus. So we'll come up, we'll stop right outside the high school. We'll stop there. We'll circle around. Actually, let's get rid of that. We'll go this side, and then we'll come out. We'll have a stop here. And then we'll do a little bit of a loop and we'll complete that line. So that's sort of the suburb. Pick you up from anywhere in the suburb. Sorry, not suburbs. Skyline views. And pop you anywhere else in there. And from there you can, it'll drop you off nearby a bus stop that will take you into the CBD. Then we need one for Wellings. And again, we're going to have... This one is mostly just going to go down this main line here. Straight down the main road. It's going to pop along. It's going to jump into skyline views in 2 locations. It's also going to stop just outside the high school. Then it will come in. We'll go into the CBD in a couple places. There we go. It'll then jump up. It'll stop outside here. I want it to, yeah, that's good. That's how I want it to go. And then it will come all the way down and complete that line. And in fact, I'm going to leave that as it is for Wellings. I don't need much more than that. So for that, I'm kind of happy. Now, there are loads of buses on the roads, which will hopefully lower the amount of traffic. We are, however, having issues with rubbish. So I will have to wait to get a little bit more money. So I'll speed up time just a wee bit. We are getting demand as well, which is nice. So hopefully in just a sec, I'll be able to place down another incineration plant. And in fact, I can. And this one, I'm going to go ahead and do what I always do. And look at all those buses. So many buses. It's a little bit crazy, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and pull off a road just here. I can always go ahead and lower some of, the number of lines I've got eventually. But I just want to see what it's like if I completely overload the number of buses. And hopefully people will use them. But anyway, as I'm saying, let's go ahead, place down an incineration plant just here. And that should be fine and dandy. I also need some more health. I need to water that first. But I believe, need... Hey, look at that, we're a small city. Okay, I was just saying I need some more stuff. But here we go, we've unlocked the train. We've unlocked some new policies, which is very, very nice. The train station, cargo train terminal, and a hydro power plant. very, very useful. However, our health, actually I thought wasn't all that good, but health seems to be fine. The suburbs are missing some health things, so let's go ahead and place down a couple of these. We'll put one just there. And we'll go ahead and put one in Skyline Views as well, just to help cover that. And then, what I want to do is just to make sure these guys actually have power, I'm going to go ahead and put in... what did I say? This was going to be low density, spaced out. This was going to be high density, but with a high-rise ban, wasn't it? That's the plan, I believe. So high-rise ban, but high-tech housing. Dwellings can stay... Well, actually, this can get a high-rise ban, and can have a... Is there any commercial in here? There's not. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and say that this one has a heavy traffic ban, and we'll say I won't do any tax, changes or anything right now. That's fine. I'll leave that as it is. Skyline Views is going to have high-tech and high-rise ban, and then the CBD is also going to have that costs quite a bit at the moment, so I'll leave that as it is for now. No bans, no nothing like that. We'll just leave it as it is. And then what I want to do is go ahead and put in high density through this area that is low, non-high rise, as you just saw me put in. So we'll go ahead and do that. And the reason I want to do this is to connect this bloody power up so that, we can actually start not seeing all these red things pop in, which is kind of frustrating me. So go ahead, we'll do that. We'll also put one there. And then what I think I do want some commercial in here. So we'll go ahead and we will make this line, this sort of central area here, commercial. And one of these will be commercial a little bit later. But for now, we'll leave that as it is. That will hopefully connect up all the power. And I'm going to leave it there for this episode. So guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, smash that like button. Also, don't forget to hit subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.